Hello, everybody. It has been a while in the podcast of Under Two. I am your host, Javier Hernandez. We are coming at you guys live with a new topic today. This one's kind of an interesting one. If I were to put this topic in, how would I say this? You would have to probably make a series out of it. You probably have to create like at least 50 episodes regarding this topic because there's things that we know about this topic and there's things that just we don't even want to know about it because of how weird, creepy, but human nature that creates this type of idea. It is about cults. We all know when you talk about cults, we're probably thinking about, the weird people in the forest doing their weird thing, their sacrifices, maybe the cults, and, back in the days, back in the days, doing their rituals. But today, I want to talk about a specific cult. One in mind that I really want to bring up is the one that Alex Jones recorded. He's a special character in my opinion, but he recorded one that really always kind of stuck on and really gave me a new perspective on people in this world. I'm not gonna just name a specific cult. I'm not gonna name a specific group of people. But I'm gonna name one story, allegedly. I'm not saying that this is real, but this is a group, allegedly, recorded by Alex Jones. Before we get started onto this, I just want to say that in this world, everyone's different. We don't know who's who. There could be cults in Europe. There could be cults from North America, South America, every continent in this world. But since I am in the United States, I do want to bring up one specific cult. This one is going to be called the Bohemian Grove. But before we get started here, I'm just going to ask Google Gemini what a cult is so we all understand and we are on the same page. So it is telling me today that a cult generally refers to a cohesive group of people characterized by extreme, unwavering devotion to a specific person, idea, or religious system. In modern popular usage, the term describes a manipulative or dangerous organization that isolates members and uses psychologic coercion. Did I say that right? Psychological. Whatever. But pretty much just to say what it means is saying that it's a group of people that believe in something and they're ride or dies for it. So if you're looking at today's world, there's the FIFA going on here in 2026 right now as we speak, and there are fans that ride and die for their team. If you look around the world, you have obviously your citizens of your country that are going to have a military and obviously ride and die for their country. But this is more of a private type of thing. Things that the public shouldn't know about. And this is why I think this is a very great conversation, undertone to bring up that this is a weird but topic that nobody really wants the public to know. So let's go ahead and bring up the Bohemian Grove. The Bohemian Grove is a place, I believe it's in California last time I checked. Let me make sure I get my facts right because I don't want anything to come back after me. But these are just alleged conversations, alleged videos that I have found on the internet. Nothing I say is based on true information. I'm just looking at what is posted for everyone to view. The Bohemian Grove cult, I guess it is in California, like I mentioned. It's a 2,700 acre private campground in Monte Rio, California. Interesting. Um, I want to read a little bit more about what Gemini says because it's you can always believe what the internet says, but you can always believe what video says. If that makes any sense. Um, so here on Gemini, it's telling me that the core conspiracy theories: human sacrifice and Satanism, driven largely by the 2000 infiltration by radio host Alex Jones. Some theorists claim members engage in ancient Babylonian or Canaanite Luciferian rituals. The center place of these claims is cremation of care ceremony, where robed members burn an effigy in front of a 40-foot stone owl. The shadow government, because the club's membership includes U.S. presidents, corporate CEOs, and media barons, activists, and researchers, such as the Bohemian Grove Action Network, allege the Grove serves as a covert base where a shadow government manipulates world affairs and public policy without public transparency. Okay, so here's my conversation of where I want to bring this up. When you look at the, how would I say this, the pyramid or an iceberg, we're pretty much looking at the top of it. The Bohemian Grove is literally the cherry on the cake. We do not know what there is in this world. Like heck, there's going to be a future episode that we're going to be talking about the deep web, because whatever the U.S. government does, they try to create a psychological manipulation scenario for everyone to believe that, hey, I want you guys to look at the Bohemian Grove, but I want you to be distracted about what's going on in this world. The reason why I say that is because they really want to pinpoint and target an idea of, okay, here in the Bohemian Grove, we are sacrificing people, killing people, burning things alive while we worship an owl. Okay, that is the main topic that they want people to look at while there's other weird shit going on in this world. You know what I mean? So that is just a conversation that is for another episode. The deep web is. I've seen different things on there. I haven't been personally on there, but I've heard stories. I've allegedly heard stories. Let me rephrase that. I've allegedly heard stories and allegedly have heard that whatever happens to the deep web is like 99% ran by the government, the CIA, FBI, whoever runs that. But there's the internet, there's the deep web, but then there's this server where obviously that's something that nobody knows about, and we're not even going to talk about this episode because this episode is about Bohemian Grove. So when I'm talking about cults here, what I mean by cults is there's a theme going on around this world where people worship some type of Satanism for whatever reason they want to. But in the Bohemian Grove one, this one specifically kind of wants to bring the light into what cults are. We all know back in the day that the Bohemian Grove was exposed by Alex Jones. You see in the recordings that in the woods, there's people standing around an owl doing a sacrifices, which leads to the theories of the pizza, the Epstein files. What are they doing with these sacrifices? Are they using the blood of children? Are they killing people to really make a statement? Are these corporate CEOs, the powerful, the rich, are they just doing this for their amusement? We don't know what's going on. But in my opinion, cults are just a group where someone is a leader and they have members that follow this leader. It could be phrased as, follow me and you believe what I say because this is the right thing to do. I personally am not part of a cult. I will never ask my audience to believe what I say. I've even said this multiple times in our conversations in these podcasts. The stuff I say, it makes no sense sometimes, but these are just my thoughts. These are my opinions. I want no one to really believe me, but I want you guys to listen to me. just for fun, So, if we were to put this in a paranormal perspective, what if they are actually talking to ghosts? What if they do this to actually get to the underworld as a as above so below type of world where they try to sacrifice something like a goat, and that opens the door to these demons? That's just a weird conspiracy. Maybe it's something that they want us to believe, so then we can move our head to the left but not look at the right side. Maybe these cults are doing something even worse. What if they're capturing people around the world and blackmailing them to do things because since they're powerful, they do what they say, and this is a cult of theirs that no one knows about. But then now that this person has been captured, this is what they have to believe in, and this cult is the big triangle, the big eye. I just, in my opinion, just think that there's thousands of cults in this world. There has to be. But specifically, the Bohemian Grove one is one of the most popular ones in this world that really brought to the attention by Alex Jones that, hey, maybe there is something going on in the private scenes. Maybe there are really strong groups in this world that you should not know about, I should not know about, and maybe it's a good thing, or maybe it's a bad thing that we just don't know about it, if that makes any sense. When I look at cults, in my honest opinion, as a podcast host, I personally, if I'm walking in the woods and I see a group of people with excuse me for my language, if I see people with like a whole robe with a mask on, I am turning the other way around. I am running faster than Usain Bolt. I had nothing to do with it. I don't know what I saw. That is all you guys, because that is not what I'm gonna do. I am not about watching or witnessing any weird stuff that these cults do or portray. But honestly, you guys, I just really want to hear what your thoughts about what a cult is. Leave a comment down below. Tell me, what are your opinions? What are your maybe history or past experiences of ever maybe witnessing any of these? Any ideas that you guys have? Feel free to leave them down in the comments, because I'm just a dummy that just likes to talk about these conspiracy theories, these horror theories. But I like to know a little bit more about what you guys like to say. But this was a short episode, a little bit more about what I believe about cults. Don't want to get too deep into this conversation, because in the future we have to really understand and deep dive what cults are, and also what the Bohemian Grove is. Thank you guys again for listening to this episode. I will always catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.